Hello there, it's Fabienne Fredrickson from clientattraction.com, where we help you get more clients, make more money, and multiply your business. And one thing that happens when you go to multiply your business, whether you like it or not, you will be a target for criticism, right? I'm not even talking about criticism in your family and your friends, because that's there too, and that's an entirely different subject. But this is criticism in your industry. You see, every time that I have stepped out and done something much bigger in my business, been willing to get outside of my comfort zone and take a risk and play a much bigger game, and when the same has happened with my clients, inevitably there are going to be some haters, some people who will criticize just to take pot shots. And so today I want to talk to you about how to deal with criticism from people, just like the general public. First and foremost, you have to realize that the bigger you play, the more you will invite criticism. Right? You can go and look at people's blogs who are very famous. You just look at, just in the checkout line at the supermarket, you have all those tabloids and they tear people down, and it's really ugly. And I've experienced that even just recently in my own business. And you can give good value, and you can give above and beyond, and you can just be so loving and yummy. There will always be somebody who gets a greater sense of self-esteem by tearing other people down. You ever experienced that? And so, it can be really shocking at first. Sometimes it could be a disgruntled client who just decides to rip into you. And there are a couple ways that you can deal with it. The first, if you feel like it, go have a good cry. That's what I did recently. Just have a big old cry and let it all out, and woe is me, and lick your wounds kind of thing. And then the other thing is to realize that it's usually not your issue. It's usually theirs. Usually it's the person who's criticizing who, like I said, gets this greater sense of self-value when they tear other people down. However, knowing that to be the case most of the time, and you could just say that's not my problem, that's theirs, they're projecting something false onto me. You could say, that they're jealous, or they resent you, or they're angry at you because you've made it, you're playing a bigger game and they're not. There's that. But there's also, after a few days of thinking about it, you can look at the criticism and say, which part of this can I own, right? Even if their criticism is inflammatory, is there 1% in there that you can own and say, if I'm going to be in integrity with how I do things, is a tiny bit of it true? And usually there's a tiny bit of it that's true. And so you can look at it after the dust has settled and say, what can I learn from this experience? What can I change about the way I do things? Even if it's just a little bit of change in the energy of how you do something, or what can I own in this? And just see that sometimes you can make teeny tiny changes that will have a big effect in reducing the criticism. The thing that I want you to get is that I do not want you to dilute who you are, right? You must stay in integrity. You must stay yourself. But the key is, okay, if there is a lesson here, and a lot of times these people who are well-meaning critics are angels, and they are showing us angels in the sense that, even though they're serving us a lesson, they're serving it to us in a bitter pill. But sometimes those lessons are the things that then help you multiply your business even more. So own up to what you can, cry if you have to, and then whenever possible, shield yourself from these comments. So the very first thing, many years ago, I started seeing, I was watching the unsubscribes to my email. Every time somebody would unsubscribe to my easing on a Friday, I would just let it really, really get to me. And then one day I just decided I'm not going to see those emails anymore. And they would go into a folder, and after a while they went to my assistant, because I found that I stopped. Every time I saw one of those unsubscribes, or some of the, the nasty grams that sometimes people write, and they feel entitled to write them. I don't know why. It would affect my self-esteem, and it would, my mojo would take a hit, if you know what I mean, and I wouldn't play as big. So shield yourself. In fact, I know of one actress who gives interviews to magazines all the time, but doesn't actually read the articles. So you could just decide, I'm no longer going to read that. I'm no longer going to make myself available. They can do what they want to do. If I'm here doing my work with authenticity, integrity, and love, and giving the most value that I can give, then I can be comfortable with who I am, and I don't need to hear what they have to say. And finally, understand that you are being prepared. You are being prepared for the next big level. You're being roughened up and toughened up a bit so your skin gets a little thicker. And that is, if you want to look at this as a spiritual journey, because I believe that entrepreneurship is a spiritual journey. It is a full contact sport. It's the best place for personal growth and development. And you are being prepared for the next level, because the higher you get, the more criticism there will be by people who really don't know you and don't know the good that you're doing in this world. So understand that there is a reason for all of this, and do what you can to fix the things that are out of integrity, and then stay in the knowledge that if you're doing a good thing and you're changing people's lives, then you don't need to listen to the naysayers. And that is your assignment for the week. It's not necessarily along the lines of client attraction in the traditional way, but it is very important to you getting more clients and making more money and multiplying your business, because it affects your confidence and how big you play in this world. So that's my client attraction mindset tip for the day. Just, do these things and stay on course and do the right thing. Stay in integrity. That's your assignment. And listen, I would love to hear if you could post some comment below and tell me what you do to ward off criticism. What do you do to make sure that your self-esteem and your confidence is not touched by criticism? Really would love to see that. So post that below. And listen, if you're not getting these client attraction video tips by email every Friday in your inbox, it's time to change that. I want you to go up to the top of this page, and you'll see a CD there. It's called How to Attract All the Clients You Need. And it is my gift to you. You don't have to pay for any of the shipping. I will ship it to you anywhere you live in the world. There is no catch, no gimmick. It is a full hour of content, my gift to you for watching these emails and these videos. And when you subscribe to that CD, you will also receive an email with these video tips every Friday, so you never miss an issue. And if you liked this today, make sure to send it off to your friends, put it on social media, share the wealth, okay? All right, until I see you next time, live life like you mean it. Bye.